Kenneth Campbell. I'm from San Diego, California, in the United States.
First, what are some Filipino costumes or traditions that surprise or impress you?
I'm not. I used to be in the military when I was back home, so I've traveled a lot around the world. I'm not really surprised by a lot of different cultures because I've been exposed to a lot. And then myself, living in America, I grew up in a household that practiced different, because I'm of Mexican background, so our customs and cultures weren't necessarily the same as like American traditional. So I was always in different customs and culture. I guess one thing that surprised me, and I don't know if it's culture more than just a habit here, but I noticed a lot of people just throw their trash anywhere they want. Like, I was walking my daughter to school one day, and there was a teenager walking a little ways in front of me, and they must have been eating an ice cream or a candy or something. And then as soon as they were done, they just tossed it on the street like it's somebody else's responsibility. And I thought to myself, like it really impacted me, because I was like, man, you guys have such a beautiful island and such a beautiful country, but it seems like the tradition of taking care of it isn't really passed on along to a lot of the culture. So that's something that I guess surprised me and impacted me a little bit, because I try to be really respectful of where I'm at. It isn't my country, but I try to take as best care of it and even pick up here and there when I see things. But it's like, I can't be the only one, everybody has to kind of put in their part.
Thank you. For the next question, what are your favorite Filipino dishes or snacks?
Okay, my favorite Filipino dishes, my wife is an amazing cook, so pretty much anything she makes. But to get specific, I love lechon kawali. I must have gained like 20 pounds since I got here. I love pancit. The way my wife does it though, because she does it a little bit different. She puts a couple of extra things in there, so it makes it like a lot. I don't know, just different. Let me see. I love you guys' fried chicken. The seasoning does have a different flavor. It's not just fried chicken. It tastes different from the fried chicken I was used to back home. Of course, lumpia, kind of like a snack. What else? There's a bunch of things. I love the, what is it? It's the soup with the pork or beef in it. I wish I could ask her right now.
It's okay if you don't remember.
Or, yeah, I know, I don't remember the name per se. She cooks it and I eat it. What else? Fried rice. Her fried rice is incredible.
For the next question, do you feel accepted or welcome by the Filipino community?
That's a tricky question. Like half and half. And I'll be honest, like prior to coming here, you see all of the YouTube videos of the foreigners who come over here, and everybody says the same thing. Oh my God, the Filipino people are the greatest people in the world. To a certain extent, they are. But I haven't had the same experience that all the vloggers have, I guess. I must be the only one. But it seems like I'm more accepted by the younger community. And when I'm walking in the streets, I notice, I don't know, I get weird, not accepting looks from like the older community.
For the next question, have you found opportunities here that you didn't expect?
Opportunities that I didn't expect? No, because I pretty much did a lot of research before I came here. I knew exactly what I was, kind of like what to expect. Plus, before I moved here, I came over here and I visited for long periods of time. But an opportunity that was provided to me was that I was able to provide really good quality of life for my children living here. I would have been able to do so back home, but just maybe 4 times the price. Yeah.
Thank you. What are the main differences between working here and in your home country?
For me, because I own my own business and I work for myself, nothing. because as long as I have my laptop, I can and the Wi-Fi connection, I can get my job done whether I'm back in the United States, in Mexico, in the Philippines, or on vacation anywhere. So to me, that it didn't make a difference.
Thank you. What was the hardest thing you had to adjust to when you first arrived?
Typically, probably the answer most people get: the weather. You know, it's extremely humid. It's really hot. My mom, when I talk to her, I talk to my mom every day, and she asks me, "Oh, what's the weather like?" I say, "There's two weathers here: hot and hotter. It don't matter if it's raining. It don't matter if it's sunny, cloudy. It's just hot or hotter." But you know, you get used to it, and like now, it doesn't really bother me as much.
Okay, thank you. What do you still find difficult about living in the Philippines?
Driving sometimes gets tricky. You know, you just have to be really careful. I see accidents happen all the time, especially with young motorcycle drivers, and I try to be cautious everywhere I go. You know, people, you know, you're driving, all of a sudden it feels like nobody respects anyone else around them, and everybody has a really like self-centered way of thinking where they just get in without like, you know, be signaling or asking to get in or permission to get in. They just kind of cut you off and expect you to just like adjust to them, and I think that's the problem why there's a lot of accidents. But
Okay, how has living here changed you as a person?
it has made me grow as a person because, you know, I was able to give birth to children out here. So I became a father out here. You know, my life changed drastically out here. You know, and as a natural progression in life, once you become a father, start settling down, you change naturally as a person. So all of that for me happened out here. And so I as much as I'm, you know, giving you the little nitpicking here and there of the things that I don't like or are hard to adjust to or whatever, there's a lot more things that I gained and a lot more things that I like more than the things that I can nitpick at. So all of that went into play to like just, you know, give me a great experience out here and help me grow as a person. You know, basically when you live in another country that's foreign to you and you have no other family around, it makes you a stronger person, in my opinion, because you learn to navigate the world by yourself, and everybody depends on you. So you have to be a strong person, character-wise, excuse me, character-wise, in order to be a leader to lead the rest of your family.
So for our last question, what advice you give to foreigners planning to move to the Philippines?
Advice. I think everybody comes here for different reasons. I know why I came here. So, you know, my reasons may be different than other people, but generally speaking, I would say figure out where, first of all, it is more, you do have a better quality of life here, in my opinion, because of the financial situation. But at the end of the day, you still need a certain amount. And I would say, unless you're like an older, you know, person who has a set retirement, if you're like a younger person, make sure you have your income set up before you come out here. Because I see and read or watch videos on YouTube about, in my opinion, horror stories about younger people who just run out of money, and now you're out here, no family, no money. You're trying to depend on others to even help you buy a plane ticket back home. To me, I don't know. Like, I don't understand how they got in that situation, because I wouldn't have allowed it to get that far before I actually took my butt back home, right? So just make sure you got your income straight. You know, make sure you're able to afford your lifestyle, whatever it may be, without being a burden on anybody else. Yeah.
That's all. Thank you so much.
No worries.